Safari. Hello, folks. How we doing? Hello, Sarah.
Who I found.
All right, and Karaboonie, everybody. Karaboonie is finally for welcome, so welcome aboard. If you were just standing behind the red line, please step forward to the yellow line. There is another truck coming in behind me. If you don't recognize the folks in front of you, you may want to wait for the very next truck. Asante Sana, Sarah. Asante Sana means thank you. We're very polite here in Harambe. I'll see you too, as they say in Harambe Twende, which means let's go everyone. Wait, bye to Sarah. Don't touch my stuff while I'm gone. Well, good morning, everybody. How we doing? Welcome to Kilimanjaro Safaris. My name is Jordan. I am going to be your expert safari guide for the next 2 weeks here in the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Now, before we get started, I do ask that everyone remain completely seated for me at all times. The terrain out there is going to be very bumpy. That's because I'm driving. So if you're traveling with small children, make sure that they remain seated. Please do not let them stand up on this truck, and never, ever, 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 ever hold your small children up in the air to get them a better view of the animals. I'm very good at spotting animals, but I'm also very good at spotting small children popping up in this mirror over here. I can see everybody. Stay seated. Now, if you folks look above your heads, you can see our animal spotting guide. These are just some of the animals that we've seen on the reserve over the past 40 years. You can take as many photos of these animals as you wish. Just switch your cameras right now to an action or sports setting. The animals on the reserve are real and they do move. Let's not go home with a bunch of blurry photos to show to our relatives. And now that we've taken care of business, let's get going. We are going to begin our 2-week journey together by entering the reserve through a little place called the Aturi Forest. It's home to a lot of animals that are very shy and very good at hiding from predators, so keep your eyes peeled. They could be anywhere. Let's go take a look. Ooh, up the hill on our right-hand side, you're going to see some reddish-brown animals with black and white stripes on their hind legs. Those are okapi on our right. They are so shy that they were not discovered by Western explorers until 1901. Now, you see the black and white stripes on their hind legs. What do you think that means they're related to? Zebra. Trick question. They're actually the only living relatives of the giraffe. If you don't believe me, you can look right above your head at the spotting guides. The shape of the skull of the giraffe is the same as that of the okapi, and they also both have long black tongues that they can use to grab onto leaves to get food. It's okay. I got that one wrong the first time, too. Now, this watering hole over here on the left is a great place to see a lot of very solitary animals. Everybody does get thirsty from time to time. In fact, I think some are starting to gather. I'm looking for a rhino right now, but I don't see one just yet. What I do see coming up on our right-hand side are some big beige animals that kind of look like deer. These are known as the greater kudu. They are the second tallest antelope in Africa. Now, these are female kudu that you're looking at. The females don't have horns. The males do have horns that grow up to about 72 inches in length. The males are also a little bit heavier than the females, and by a little bit heavier, I mean 300 pounds heavier. The males weigh about 750 pounds. The females, only 450. Yeah, I definitely don't see any rhinos around here. That's not surprising. There are only about 5,000 black rhino left in the world, and this is because their horns are very valuable to collectors and on the black market. What I do see on our right next to another kudu is a black and white bird with an orange and yellow bill that is a saddle-billed stork. That is the tallest stork in Africa, standing up to 5 feet tall with a wingspan of 8 to 9 feet. Let me just see if there's a rhino over on our left. No, I don't see one. It's okay. We've only been on safari for about 2 minutes. We still have 2 weeks. So, on our left, you'll see some rust-colored animals over here. These are bongo. And bongos are known as the ghosts of the forest because of how quickly and quietly they're able to navigate through the bushes. Now, right now, I'm going to take you folks up to the Safi River. And in the Safi River, we're going to go check out some river horse. Sorry, you guys may know those words better when I say them in Afrikaans. Hippopotamus. Let's go see some hippos. Now, there is a whole family of hippos that live in the Safi River, so if you don't see them on the right-hand side, please don't stand up to get a better view. You can always see more on the left. Let's go take a look. Oh, there's a hippo. Hello, hippo. We're going to get a very nice view of one on our right-hand side in just a couple of seconds. Normally, this time of day, you see them asleep. Believe it or not, hippos are nocturnal. They come out of the water at night and eat about 150 pounds of food every single night. And that's not surprising. Each one weighs about 5,500 pounds each. You can also see them underwater a lot. They can hold their breath for about 5 to 8 minutes at a time, but they can't breathe underwater. You can also see on our left-hand side on this island some big gray birds with big puffy chests called pink-back pelicans. They get their name from a very vivid shade of pink that appears on their back during mating season. It's very pretty, but you can only see it certain times of the year. And over here on our left, we're going to see a whole load of Nile hippos. Now, hippos are very good swimmers, though they do prefer to walk along the base of the riverbed to get from one place to another. Hippos are also extremely dangerous on land. A Nile hippopotamus is able to outrun a human being. And since hippo racing is only part of the 4-week safari package, we do need to keep moving. There's a bridge. I don't like bridges. Actually, I'm not so much worried about the bridge as I am what's on the left of the bridge. Those are Nile crocodile. They are much, much bigger than their cousin, the American alligator. You see a couple with their mouths open. I hate when they do that. They're not hungry, though. They're just hot. Nile crocodile are cold-blooded animals. They have to open and close their mouths in order to release heat and regulate their body temperatures. When they do close their mouths, they can crush with their jaws at about 2,200 pounds per square inch. That is more than enough to pulverize human bone. But right now, I'm going to take you folks up to the savannah. It's a completely different ecosystem. It's so different up here that even the plants are just a little bit different. And really, there is no better example than this big tree coming up on our right-hand side. This big gray and brown tree is known as a baobab tree. Baobab trees go leafless 9 out of the 12 months of the year. They're exceptional at retaining water during periods of drought. The tree itself can live up to 2,000 years old. Now, if you folks have your cameras with you, take them out right now, because you are about to see my favorite view of the entire savannah. Wait for it. Wait for it. Right here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Serengeti grasslands. These grasslands stretch for hundreds of miles across East Africa. They serve as a superhighway to the millions of animals that migrate across them every single year. You'll notice very quickly that the animals around here are very good at shaping the landscape around them. Animals like the giraffes I see in the distance will eat the lower leaves of the trees. This allows more sunlight to come in, which in turn allows more grass to grow for smaller animals to eat. Also, on either side of us, you're going to start seeing some trees that have been knocked over. Elephants will roam through the area, and sometimes they will knock over older trees, which helps to spur the growth of new ones. The animals here live in a very intricate ecosystem. It's all part of the wild Africa that we try to protect every day here in Harambe. Now, I bet you guys are starting to notice the giraffes on our right-hand side. Giraffes are the tallest living land mammals. You can actually tell that they've been in the area for a while. All the trees are kind of parallel at the leaf level. That's not how they occur naturally. That's just how high the giraffes can reach with their mouths. Giraffes eat a lot. Anyone want to guess how many hours out of the day a giraffe eats? Anybody? 10, a lot more than 10. 20 is correct. They eat up to 20 hours out of the day. Very good. Only sleep 30 minutes a night, though. This first giraffe on our right-hand side by the stump is called a reticulated giraffe. Its name comes from the Latin reticulata, which means net. It has a smooth, net-like pattern of spots compared to other giraffes, which have much more jagged and splotchy spots. These giraffes can actually run at speeds of about 30 miles an hour, and despite the length of their necks, they actually have the same number of vertebrae in their necks as we humans do in ours, which is 7. We're also going to see on our left-hand side in a moment some giraffes that have splotchy spots called Maasai giraffes. One of those giraffes is a little bit shorter than the others. That's because it's a baby giraffe on our left. Oh, hello, little baby giraffe. You're cute. I like you. Baby giraffes, when they're born, will stand at about 6 feet tall, weigh about 150 pounds each. The mothers gestate them for a little bit over 13 months. When the baby's fully grown, its heart's going to be 2 feet across and weigh about 25 pounds. Ooh, on our right-hand side, you're going to see a pair of big old cows with some big old horns. These are the gigantic horns of the Ankoli cattle, also called the Watutsi cattle, first domesticated by the Watutsi tribe of Africa. The horns of the cattle grow about 5 to 6 feet in length with a 20-inch circumference at the base. You're also going to see on either side of us a big beige animal. Kind of looks like it has the face of a golden retriever. That is a Patterson's eland. The eland is the largest member of the antelope family. The males can weigh up to 2,000 pounds, but despite that girth, they're able to leap about 8 feet straight into the air from a standstill. Elands are known as crepuscular animals. What that means is they're most active during the sunrise and the sunset. Elands will hang out in the shade, waiting for the savanna to cool down so they have a little bit more energy to do activities. We're lucky it's a little bit cold out so we can actually see them on the move. Normally we have to find them hidden in the bushes. Now, a little bit of history about the reserve. The Harambe Wildlife Reserve was established in 1971 as part of an effort to help protect the animals of the Serengeti grasslands. This reserve stretches about 800 square miles across. It's not only home to popular animals like the giraffe, but it's also home to animals you might not have ever seen before and may never get the chance to see again, because some of the animals on the reserve are virtually extinct in the wild. If you look very closely up the hill on our right-hand side, you may see a gray animal hidden all the way in the back by the bushes. Up there is a white-bearded wildebeest or two. Wildebeest are also known as gnus, spelled G-N-U, because they make a deep guttural grunting sound similar to the moo of a cow. I will try to get a much better view of a wildebeest in just a couple of moments. You can also see up along the hill up there, along the tall grass, some brown animals with long swooping horns. These are called the sable antelope. The sable are the proud emblem of the reserve. Their horns grow about 5 feet in length. The male sables, as they get older, their coats will get darker to show dominance over the females and the younger males. The horns are not only used for displays of dominance, but also for rituals of courtship. You can see a few more sables on our right-hand side of the hill. They're actually some of the more aggressive antelopes that we have out on the reserve. They have been known to fight lions. Sometimes they win. Now, right now, I'm going to be taking you guys over to one of my favorite spots in the whole reserve. I call this area Monkey Point. And Monkey Point is home to a troop of mandrill monkeys. Mandrill monkeys are actually very small. The males weigh about 100 pounds, while the females only weigh about 30. So it's very, very hard to find them. I also have to make a very tight turn over here. If everyone could do me a favor, turn your heads to the left right now. It's a lot easier to see everything on the left-hand side. So if everyone could do me that favor, look on the left, we'll get a much better view of the mandrills together. Feel free to shout it out. Does anybody see any mandrills on the left? Anything? Mandrills, where are you? I don't see them yet. It's okay, because on the right, there's an elephant. Much bigger. Elephant. That's a male African elephant on our right-hand side. You can tell that that is a male because it's alone right now. The males are very solitary. The females are very social. Actually, Mr. Elephant is on a road right now. We can drive up right to him. Anyone want to go drive up to Mr. Elephant? Yeah, let's go drive up to Mr. Elephant. I was going to stop at my camp and show you a 10-hour film about rocks, but we'll do that later. I got to stretch this out to 2 weeks somehow. Now, both male and female African elephants have tusks, and what that means is you have to tell which is which one. The road's closed? How is the road closed? Okay, maybe we can swing around this path up here. We'll pop out up in the back. We'll do that. We'll be back for the elephant, guys. Don't worry. I feel like we built up a relationship of trust over the past week. I've never been this way before, so just have your cameras ready, just in case Mr. Elephant decides to make a very big surprise appearance or something. Oh. It's a bridge. A scary bridge. Well, that truck made it over, but I had a really big breakfast this morning, so, ladies and gentlemen, for your safety, cross your fingers. Hold on tight. Oh, I can hear it creaking. I don't like this. This is a terrible idea. You're on a truck with no seatbelts being driven by a stranger. Why would you let me go over the scary bridge? I want to get off. Mommy! Almost there. Okay, all right. I'm over. And we did it! Thank you guys so much for crossing your fingers. Who knew? All right. Let's go find Mr. Elephant. Although, I don't see Mr. Elephant anywhere. Maybe we can turn around or... Ooh, over here on our right-hand side. You can see some red clay. There are tusk marks in this clay, and elephants eat this clay. It gives them minerals they don't normally get in their grass diet. So, Mr. Elephant can't be too far away. Let's go find him now. Ooh, I see one in the back over there on the left. Although I don't think that's the same elephant. They can't run that fast. Oh, I see a couple of them. I think we've stumbled upon a herd of females. The females live in what is known as a matriarchal society. The mothers spend their entire lives together, while the males get kicked out of the herd once they reach a mature age. Let's go get a better look. Actually, we happen to be near the village right now. The village has a really cool local radio station. Let's get some music going. Yeah, let's talk radio. I don't want that. No. Perfect. My favorite station. 90.7 WILD. This song's been the #1 hit for the past 15 years. African elephants can weigh between 11,000 and 13,000 pounds. The mothers will spend about 15 years bonding with their children. It is the second longest mother-child bonding period in the animal kingdom. The only longer one is, us, actually. We did it, everybody. Now, unfortunately, all across Africa, elephant habitats are being destroyed by miners. They are on the lookout for a resource called coltan. What coltan does is it helps to power your electronic devices, like your cell phones and your tablets. A simple way to help stop elephant habitat destruction is to recycle your old phones. The coltan can be reused, and a little bit does go a very long way around here. On our left-hand side, you're also going to see some African greater flamingos. These flamingos are not as pink as the flamingo that you might see in a place like the Florida Everglades. On our right-hand side, you can see a better view of these white-bearded wildebeest I mentioned before. They can run at speeds of about 40 miles an hour, and 1.5 million of them migrate across the Serengeti every single year. Now, a fun fact about these flamingos. A group of flamingos is called a flamboyance, which is 100% true. There's actually a lot of interesting animal group names around here. A group of hippos is called a bloat. A group of crocodiles is called a float. A group of cheetahs is called a coalition, which is weird. I want to turn the music off really quick. There we go. Now on our left-hand side, you can see some mud. Alright. And that's not very exciting on its own. What that means, though, is we may be in the vicinity of some rhinos. Rhinos love the mud. It actually keeps them cool on hot days. Now, something people don't often know about rhinos. Rhinos have very bad eyesight. It's one of the reasons that they're still often poached for the horns that they have. Rhinos have been known to bump into our safari trucks. If they can't see the trucks during the day, they can't see the poachers at night. It's one of the reasons we have to keep our eyes open for them, because sometimes they just can't do it themselves. And, speaking of keeping your eyes open, everybody turn your heads to the left. There's a cheetah up there. Right up there on the left-hand side between the rocks. Oh, there's two of them! Oh, they're laying next to each other. Look at that. Cheetahs can run a top speed of about 65 miles an hour, but contrary to popular belief, they cannot do it all the time. Their circulatory systems can't handle it. They get very tired very quickly. Cheetahs are actually the only big cat that can purr, which is adorable. Never pet them. Although, that may not be the last of the big cats that we see. There is a big rock formation up here. This big rock formation is known as a kopie. Kopies are used by very big predatory cats, like the lion, to scan the savannah, see if there's anything out here that looks very tasty to eat. Now, you don't always get to see lions this time of day, often because they will remain inactive 18 to 20 hours out of the day. During the 4 to 6 hours that they're on the move, the females hunt, while the males stay back and guard the pride. Oh, what I do see coming up on our right, on this hill over here, is an ostrich with gray feathers. That means it may be a female. Ostriches are big flightless birds that can run at speeds of about 40 miles an hour. You'll also see on the right our stripy friends, the zebra. Zebras are very unique creatures. So unique, in fact, that no two sets of stripes are alike. They're like fingerprints, or snowflakes. You'll also see up there a brown animal hidden in the bushes. That is a bontebok. It's actually a relative of the wildebeest that we saw before. Ooh, and on our right, in the distance, you can see a white rhino back there. Oh, look at that. I'm going to go get a closer look at it in a second. I just want to see if there's any lions out and about first. Oh, lions. It still may be a little bit early for them. They don't really hunt at night, which is a good thing, because this way we don't have to be scared of getting eaten. But, you know. Yeah, I don't see them right now. My recommendation, come just before the sun sets, when the savannah starts to cool to temperatures that are like nighttime temperatures. The lions do like to move around a little bit later in the day. What I do see on our left-hand side are some burrows in the ground. These are warthog burrows. And little warthogs will dig the burrows that you see in the ground. sleep in the burrows with their tusks out, and this way they are able to sleep in a defensive position in case of predator attacks. Oh, now remember how we saw that ostrich before? You'll see on our left-hand side these eggs in the ground. These are ostrich eggs. They weigh about 3.5 pounds each, and are the largest kind of eggs that can be laid by a bird. The females lay their eggs in groups and guard the nest in shifts. And in the distance on our right, we'll get a nice view of that white rhino. The first thing you will notice about that white rhino, it's not white. It's not supposed to be. It gets its name from the Afrikaans weit, which means wide. It has a very wide mouth compared to the black rhino, which has a smaller, beak-like mouth. Now, normally you see a couple white rhinos together. The white rhino is actually the most social of all the different rhino species. In the wild, you can see about a dozen or so females surrounded by their young. Now, right now, I am going to take you folks up this hill straight ahead. And as I do, we're going to take a look at something interesting. We're going to see... Ooh. They opened the gate. Ooh, they opened the gate. We're going this way. Okay, this area is, how do I put this? Off limits to the safari drivers, so, shh. This area is used by the reserve to help protect some critically endangered species. I've always wanted to see if there's anything back here. You don't always get to find animals back here. Let's see if there's anything fun. Oh, look at this! On our right-hand side, you're going to see some white animals, and look at the horns they have. They're so curly. These are... Oh, these are addax. Cool. There are about 1,500 of those animals left in the world. 300 of them still remain in the wild. The rest of them are on protected reserves like this one, where their numbers are being brought back up to a level where they can be safely reintroduced. Addax are a desert animal by nature. They go without a drink of water their entire lives. They get all their water from the food that they eat. Where does this kid go? Oh, I know. We're on the edge of the reserve. This is going to take us right back into the village of Harambe, which is convenient considering our time together is coming to an end. But can you believe we saw that many animals in just 2 weeks? I think that is pretty cool. Of course, your journey does not have to end here. I am going to drop you folks off at the local Warden's Post. From there, you guys can pay a visit to the Pangani Forest Exploration Trail. You can see animals there like the colobus monkey, the naked bull rat, the meerkat, the western lowland gorilla, the African bullfrog, the Madagascar... I was actually about to mention, there's also an underwater viewing area there to see hippos. I did not think we'd be going under the water to get there, though. Anyway, the villagers of Harambe have a saying: what you see with your eyes, you value with your heart. On behalf of the staff of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve, and on behalf of us here at Kilimanjaro Safaris, I hope that what you folks have seen with me over the past couple of weeks inspires you to learn a little bit more about the animals in your own habitat, and learn ways to protect them too, whether that means donating to local conservation groups or going out and helping them yourself. Now we're going to pull up to a warden's post in just a second. Do stay seated until the truck comes to a full and complete stop and our warden opens up our gates. Also, this would be a really great time to check around your seats, look for any loose articles you may have left behind. Now, my name is Jordan, and you've been traveling aboard the world-famous Simba One. And we both want to thank you for being such a fantastic group for these past 2 weeks. And that is why I absolutely hate to say goodbye. It is way too formal and way too final, so instead, I like to use an old Swahili phrase, kwaherini, which means to go well, because I hope that you folks go well in all of your travels, whether they're here in the village of Harambe or wherever else the animal kingdom takes you next. As we pull up, please watch your step. Make sure you have all your loose articles with you. And kwaherini, go well. Jump a mic.
Oh! Folks, watch your step as you disembark into the rest of your day here at the Museum of Kingdom.
Kwaherini, everybody. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Asante Sana, thanks for paying a visit.